Hey, what's going on there, guys? It is Earthmaster here. Just checking in, seeing how everybody's Thursday is going out there. A little bit of activity going on out there in the earthquake world. Not a whole lot. Some older earthquakes out there, the deeper ones, over near the Fiji Islands region from yesterday, are still on there. But looks like a little bit of quietness at the moment. I was also looking at the Yellowstone National Park seismograph overview and see that it is getting a little on the quiet side. This here is the solar ham. I'm going to go back to this here in just a minute, but I wanted to show you guys the overview of the Yellowstone National Park and the dwindling of activity that's going on. Still a little bit of activity with this earthquake swarm in the Yellowstone National Park region, but it appears as though it may be quieting down. Looks like there was a little one here just a few minutes ago. But other than that, just a couple small little microquakes. So is this the beginning of the end, I guess, if you call it that, for the earthquake swarm? I don't know. Either way, it's definitely the longest earthquake swarm, well over 2 months now of continuous earthquake swarming in Yellowstone National Park. So we'll keep an eye on it and see exactly what becomes of it. Very interesting to watch. But I was also checking out the eclipse path up in the state of Oregon. Now I'm going to be in Oregon for the total eclipse. Within this total eclipse path, which stretches over here from Newport, Oregon along the coast, which I'd rather not be over there just because of my fear of a Cascadia subduction rupture. It just scares me being over there just because of that potential. But Newport stretches all the way to Newport, over here to Ontario in eastern Oregon, and all these towns in between. The big town of Salem, a large population area, including Corvallis and Albany, Madras, John Day. All these big towns over here are going to be in about 2 minutes of darkness with this total eclipse that's going to happen on August 21st. And we will be within this region. I'm going to try and spot a direct area over this line for the full potential of the total eclipse that's coming up on the 21st, which is only in a couple days. So I will be live streaming from this area, and I'm not going to give out a specific location where I'll be at out here, but once the day gets up and going, I'll give you a little bit more information in regards to that. It's going to be a pretty spectacular sight. Now, not only Oregon, but you got other states, Idaho and many other states across the country that's going to be witnessing this pretty awesome event. For me, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event. I've never actually seen a full total eclipse like this, so I'm taking a pretty extended drive up to Oregon for this event. And like I say, I've only seen I've seen the Ring of Fire in Northern California back in 2012, and it was pretty cool looking. But I want to experience that total eclipse, where you can actually see stars, and I mean, it's got to be an awesome feeling, and it's well worth the drive. So I'll be live streaming, taking videos, taking pictures, all that good stuff while I am up there. So definitely look forward to that. Pretty excited. So once again, this here is just the path of total eclipse for the state of Oregon, and I'm sure if you're interested in your particular state, there's also maps up there as well on Google if you want to check those out. Now, I was checking out the Trip Cam or Trip Check, which is a Oregon feature of highway cameras, and a lot of these areas over here, this here is focused in on Central Oregon, but if you go up here, let's see, let's pick an area. I know Newport over here is going to be directly in it. Salem's going to be in it. I don't want to check Salem because they're always pretty busy anyway with that high population area. But come Sunday, And Monday, these roads are going to be pretty well packed. Right now, they look fairly empty. This is going to change here very rapidly as a progression of people make their way over there for that event on the 21st. But right now it looks fairly quiet. I'm really surprised. A little bit of traffic over here south of Bend area on US Highway 97. Now I don't think that's normal right there. That looks pretty packed. At Lapine, I've been through that area, and that's a little bit of traffic right there. But nothing too major at the moment. It'd be pretty crazy to witness what these cameras look like on the 21st. Checking out solar weather activity, there was a little spike in some geomagnetic activity a little bit ago, just a couple hours ago, up in the storm range region. Let's see what they issued here. Geomagnetic field storm. You can see the red up here, the K index. Yeah, so a little bit of activity there. We do have that sunspot headed towards, or facing towards the Earth region. You can actually see it right here on the sun diagram. 2671 is the sunspot. Pretty large looking. I mean, it's actually quite impressive, and it is giving us a little bit of activity, as you've seen on the other graphs I was showing you. Now, I'm not for sure if this thing's going to shoot off any X flares or not. It looks very minimal, but we'll definitely keep a close eye on it for any type of rapid development, as this thing will definitely be within view of the Earth, pretty much a direct hit if anything comes towards us. Right now they're stating a solar flare risk of M class at 10% right here. X class, which is the more serious type of event from a sunspot, is at, well, less than 1%, or actually just 1% there. I don't think we're going to see X-class flares, but you never know. It's very possible that things could develop rapidly with this system. As far as California and Nevada earthquake activity, pretty minimal at the moment. Nothing major at all. A lot of these quakes are from last week, and they're going to start disappearing off the map, including activity down in Mammoth Lakes region. There's still a small little cluster. And that's from a 4.0 earthquake. That earthquake notification is down there in, well, let's take a look at that real quick here. Near the Mexican state of this area right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. At a depth of 58 kilometers. So looking back here on the globe, a little bit of activity down in that region there with a couple 4.0s there just today. Still a swarm of, well, 3s and whatnot down here in the Chile region, South America. And a little bit of activity up there around the Mediterranean region. Not a whole lot. Still some 2s. No major increase. Nothing standing out to me at the moment that would indicate any type of large-scale movement potential. Just to me, it just looks very minimal. We did have those deep earthquakes down here in the Fiji region, which are now off of the EMSC map. But I think once the USGS pops up here, we'll still be able to see them from yesterday. And they were up, or down, I should say, around 500 to 600 kilometers below the surface, indicating some deep, very deep movement along this Pacific Ring of Fire area. along the Pacific Plate. But I'll get back to the California map I was showing you guys. Back to Mammoth Lakes region, Long Valley supervolcano. Dropping down as far as activity goes. Not a whole lot of activity today. Less than, well, just about 10 small earthquakes, the 2.4 being the largest. So far as most activity goes, fairly quiet out there. You know, nothing big to report. No major movement going on, guys. Fairly quiet. So we'll check back in here in a little bit. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's going on for this channel come August 21st. We probably will go live. Actually, we will be going live. And unfortunately, we'll probably have to kill the live stream on the earthquake data, or as far as this stream goes, in order to go live with the solar eclipse that will be occurring on the 21st. And I will be streaming, well, for most of the morning, and all throughout the eclipse time frame. So it won't be just like a 1 hour live stream. I'll probably stream the majority of the morning. Get you guys some shots of the traffic, any traffic jams or whatnot, and then once the event occurs, then I will be focusing mostly on that. And like I say, I'm gonna bring quite a bit of camera equipment with me, so it's gonna be interesting. I got some filters and stuff for the camera, and we're going to try a couple different things, but it should be pretty cool. So make sure you stay tuned in for Monday's event. If you happen to live outside of this eclipse area, I just lost my voice there for a second. If you happen to live outside of the eclipse area and you want to check out something cool from the state of Oregon, make sure you tune into this channel on the 21st, and everything should be going good, unless for some reason, which is very possible, that we could lose some cell towers up there. I'm talking about data overloads to where it actually shuts down the cellular network. Hopefully that's not the case. I've already heard some traffic jams are going on up there, and food shortages, and also gasoline shortages up there in parts of Oregon. So it'll be interesting, rather interesting, I should say. It's gonna be a once in a lifetime event for me. I may never want to go do it again, is what I'm saying, but I'm gonna do it. So, all right, guys, we'll chat at you guys in a little bit. I got some stuff I need to do. Pretty busy day. I only got one day off from my day job. Not complaining, but gosh darn it, man, one day off is just not enough to get everything done. So, all right, guys, we'll catch up with you here in a little bit.